See, the irony of cowardice. See, the root of cowardice, to be a coward, the reason for it is self-preservation. You don't want to die. We get it. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be severely harmed. Hence, the reason why you're a coward. It's self-preservation. Humans naturally want to preserve themselves. No one wants to die senselessly. But like Cicero said, so I'll get to Cicero. So with the cowardice, back to that. Yeah, the root is self-preservation. But it's shameful. It creates a shameful secret. You ran at the time when you went to step up. You ran and hid. When you go into war and your brothers were in arms, facing the enemy, rather than join them in arms, join your fellow comrades, you bailed. You left them. You abandoned them. You abandoned your duty. You abandoned your teammates. That's why it's shameful. But the thing is, which I'll now get to with Cicero, he said, we hate gladiators who aim to win by any means, but we favour the ones who have contempt for their lives. Basically trying to say, we favour the gladiators. We hate the gladiators, who like to cut corners and do dirty tactics to win, and they're not charging in. They're just being very cautious, because naturally, gladiators is a fight to the death. The aim is to kill the other person. Both gladiators have a vested interest in living. No, they both have a vested interest in self-preservation. But see, you notice if you watch TV shows and films and all this stuff, they'll boo the gladiators that ain't doing nothing. Even now with boxing and combat sports, the fighter don't want to do anything. He don't want to scared to throw a jab. They're booing his ass out of the building. They revere the fighters who have no contempt for their lives. They fear the fighters that just go in, just ready for whatever fight. Even if it means they're going to end up losing brain cells in the end or get knocked out, they still love those fighters. They don't like fighters like the UFC. They like fighters like Max Holloway, brawlers, Nate Diaz. They don't like fighters like Tyron Woodley. Fighters like Tyron Woodley, they boo him. He's boring. Least amount of strikes thrown in a title fight. Come on. People would probably go as far as to say he's a coward. Even though, for you to want to fight in a combat sport is the opposite of being a coward. I don't know how many people would want to go in a cage and fight someone. But nevertheless, again, we favour the gladiators who have no contempt for their lives, who have contempt for their lives and don't care. But we hate the gladiators who are trying to find a way to survive. And if that means cutting corners, doing low blows for a bit of sand in the other person's eyes, they're doing it. That's the irony of cowardice.